Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Natalie, better known as the Travel Ambassador, and thank you so much for checking out this video. This is my second video. If you haven't had the chance to go check out my introduction, please go and do so. That would mean so much to me, and go ahead and like and subscribe. As I was discussing in my last video, just kind of introducing myself and the things that I'd be talking about, but one of the big things were I was laid off of my job, and so I became a full-time traveler. I wanted to talk more about that today, of what that actually looked like for me. So picture this. You've been working your job for a while, you've moved cross-country for the job, and a year into the job, you've built a community of friends and people. One day, you show up to work and you got a mandatory meeting on your calendar. And not only you, but all of your colleagues around you do as well. We decided to take our meeting in a conference room, and 30 minutes later, we were hit with the news that our job roles have been dissolved. So, if you don't know, that means we ain't got no job no more. We were obviously all distraught in that moment that we don't have a job. Most of us had moved cross country for this role, so not only do we have a job, we don't have any family in the city besides us, people that we've built this community with. Now we have added stress of we have a job. For me, I had other plans because I was already experiencing burnout, so I decided that, I'm going to take this opportunity to take a break because I want one. I have been working consistently since I was 15, maybe 14 years old, and I definitely wanted a break. Sometimes I was working 2 to 3 jobs, and then I was also doing other extracurricular activities that kept me pretty busy. I was so kind of relieved to not have the pressure of working every day and I can take a little break. I figured I'd never collected unemployment. This is my chance. So I got my severance package. I did that. I decided a few things that I was going to do. I wasn't going to break my lease, so I didn't. I stayed in my apartment, and then once my lease was up, I sold everything except for the necessities that I would need to move into a new place when I was ready to. After that, I decided I was going to travel. I wanted to do exactly what I wanted to do, and that was travel. So I did that. So in that time frame, I definitely have learned some things. There are 4 things, 4 things that I think being laid off has taught me. 1, if you don't have a plan and it ain't on paper, then you do not have a plan. I cannot stress this enough. My plan was pretty vague. My plan was to sell everything and travel. And what that looked like, it was crazy because I was like, I'm going to car camp, I'm going to road trip across America, and I'm going to car camp and sleep at campsites and go hiking and learn how to be this amazing outdoors person that I ain't. I got some friends who helped me to be outdoorsy, but me on my own is an indoorsy person. And so that just did not align with me. But I did try car camping, but I didn't do it for an extended amount of time, which was like my plan in my head. That's why those plans in your heads don't work. You gotta have it on paper. It gotta be like on the paper. You should write it out because they said that your brain actually it remembers differently when you write it out. So make sure you write your plans out. The second thing I would say is I lost my hustle. Like, I remember when I was young, I used to be outside selling stuff, and not illegal stuff, legal stuff. So I was selling socks, I was selling shoes, I was selling blankets, I was selling t-shirts, I was selling everything. I would wash your car, watch your kids. I did all the things to make money. And I realized just being in a corporate world and you just develop this, I don't know, this idea that you don't have to resort to these, tactics anymore in order to make money. And that didn't always sit well with me because, like, I've always understood myself to be a bit of a hustler. Like, I know how to go and get some money. And I felt like I really had been struggling during this time of being laid off. Like, why can't I just easily go and get some money? Because I was very confused. But so definitely I lost my hustle, but I am trying to find it again. Trust and believe that. The third thing, give yourself grace and be patient. I wasn't always patient with myself because I felt like everybody gets the feeling of you should be further along than you are, or you should be doing something different than what you were doing. Just kind of it's very difficult to challenge the status quo, and because you're looking at everything around you, and you just think like, man, I need to be more structured and do things more like everyone else, because then the results are a little bit more plain and clear. So I am learning to give myself grace and just knowing that if I'm working at it, I'm chipping away at everything that I'm doing, and making sure that today is better than yesterday. And if I do have a bad day, don't have two bad days, right? So I'm learning to be patient with myself and give myself grace in the moment. The fourth thing, only you can show up for you. Ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. Ain't nobody gonna give you the tools and resources. You gotta go get them. Some people might give you the tools and resources, but it's really difficult when you're not a part of a big conglomerate or establishment for you to just readily have access to tools and resources like that. Yes, we do have the internet and the World Wide Web, but it's different when there's like-minded and community. You got to show up for yourself. You got to put yourself in spaces where you don't necessarily feel comfortable with, but I know that growth happens when you're uncomfortable. So I challenge myself. That's how I actually travel in the first place. People be thinking that I don't be scared to travel for some reason, but yeah, I be scared to travel. But like, what I'm gonna do? Not go? Exactly. So sometimes you gotta put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and you gotta know that you're gonna grow, especially if you're doing the right things. Growth is definitely there. Only you can make something shake, make it happen. So make it happen. That's all I have. That is the 4 things that I've learned from being laid off, and I hope that you resonated with something. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of those things. And thank you so much for being here, and come back for more. And I can't wait to go on this journey with you guys of just building my YouTube and getting to know more about this creator space. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.